Hello, our wonderful viewers. Welcome to yet another edition of Hot Coffee Chat Show with Dorcas. I do believe that you're going to have an awesome time with us, that is going to be so therapeutic and awesome. Do grab your hot cup of coffee or your 5 roses tea. I know that it's a bit hot, but coffee still remains coffee. There's something beautiful about the coffee sip. So take that coffee and just have your therapeutic time with hot coffee with Dorcas today. In our studio, we have an amazing show, and I believe that after today's therapy, you will have something inspiring to think about, something that will challenge your mind, something that will help you to reframe your mind even as you are preparing to enter into the new year. So as we are going to start, let me just welcome our guest today to the show. He's going to tell us a little bit about himself, and then we'll go into our discussion. Welcome to the show, Mr. Justine Songeya.
Thank you. Thank you, madam.
Thank you. Would you love to tell the viewers a little bit about yourself and what your organization is all about?
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
My name is Justine Songeya. I'm the current country director at Tiny Tim and Friends. I'm a social worker by profession. I've been working in the counseling and social work field for the past 10 years. I started off at Tiny Tim and Friends as a counselor, developed into a social worker. After doing some more school, I went on to become the country director at Tiny Tim and Friends. But the thing I love the most about Tiny Tim and Friends is being able to work with the children there. So Tiny Tim and Friends is a pediatric HIV clinic. So all our clients are HIV positive. So the children come with their parents to our clinic. But I appreciate my work because I get to work with the children.
Wow, that is so inspiring. From being a counselor to now the country director. That is some great resilience you must have applied. I'm sure you also applied consistency in your career and just passion and dedication to community work. So before we enter into our discussion, would you love to tell the viewers anything inspiring for the mind?
Yes, I mean, one has to believe in oneself. As long as you believe in yourself and you realize that before anything else, there has to be you. And if you take care of yourself, if you believe in yourself, if you realize that without me thinking about myself first, then I won't be able to do good for the next person, then you'll need to really realize that everything comes first from inside, and then you can give it outside. So for anything else, you really need to believe in yourself.
Wow. So our wonderful viewers, you gotta learn how to believe in yourself. It doesn't matter how the year has been. It doesn't matter what COVID has done to you. Just stand up and believe in yourself. Everything that you desire to accomplish in this life requires that your inner belief is built strong. Anything you desire starts from within you, starts from inside your mind. So our topic today is exciting. It's something that will give you time to reflect about how you've been caring for yourself. It's something that will give you time to reframe in the coming year how you want to do your daily routines, how you just want to approach life as a person who's working, as a single mom, as a parent, how can you be a person of good health without self-care? So today, Mr. Justine Songeya is going to take us through what self-care is, and we pray that you're going to apply the few nuggets that will be found in self-care. So, Mr. Songeya, what is self-care?
So self-care is when one takes a step back from everything, be it a business person, be it you're working in an organization, a person really needs to step back once in a while to reflect, to take care of themselves. I'll give you a simple example. It's like when you wake up and you take a early morning walk around maybe 6, 5 o'clock in the morning, and it's peaceful. You can hear your thoughts. Yeah. So people really need to step back and just do that once in a while.
Yeah.
You need to eat well. You need to keep yourself healthy. You need to keep yourself like mentally and physically. You need to take care of yourself. So that requires you to step back. That's why even like in an office structure, we deliberately put in leave days for our workers so that they step back, reflect on how they're working, so they can spend a bit of time with their families. So that at least when they take care of themselves, they can come back with that more energy to come and do better at work.
Okay. So when you take it back to the home, how can a mother who's got maybe 5 children, they are all maybe going to school, then maybe they right inside their home, they have a patient who is chronically ill. So how can that woman apply self-care so that they do not have issues of stress and burnouts?
Okay, so if you're in a house and you have a patient which is terminally ill or chronically ill, we recommend that you work with the family. You need family support. Be it your brother, your sister, your mother. You need to have somebody, maybe even a close friend, somebody you grew up with, so that they can give you that respite. So respite is whereby you are the primary caretaker of the patient, but you maybe settle back for like a day or two, so somebody else takes care of the patient while you have some self-care, and maybe you can take yourself out, have a nice meal, or you can just lay back, relax, and just reflect, or you can just like even sleep. Some people just sleep. Even sleep is good for you. Just take some rest and stay back. So by the time you're going to go back to your patient, you have the energy to take care of the patient in a much better way. Maybe you can even discover other ways which you can help out your patient while you have your respite.
Wow, that's amazing. So I mentioned a few words. I mentioned about stress and anxiety and all that depression that comes through. Maybe you just explain to the viewers what depression and anxiety are.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So like, I like the way Madam Mola said, when you're taking care of a patient and they're terminally ill, sometimes when you don't have support, you can start getting stressed. Sometimes it's because of the finances. Sometimes it's just because of the amount of time you're spending. A lot of time with the patient, so stress starts coming in, and then after the stress, you start getting burnout. Burnout is when you're doing something and you do it excessively, sometimes you start losing the interest and you become less active in that activity, and then that starts leading into depression. And depression can be stress, depression, burnout are really not good for you. So we should really try and avoid to get to that point. So self-care and respite, really important.
So when we go to the places of work, people are winding up the year. They are closing up reports for the year. They're doing budgets. They're doing different activities for the end of year. How can they just apply self-care at the place of work? Like applying certain, let's say, strategies to help their employees to cope through the stress of winding up the year so that they keep the focus.
Okay, so as we wind up the year, it's very good to have structures such as allowing your employees to take some leave. It is good to have an end of year retreat where all the employees come together and then you go out for a retreat. First of all, like for us at Tiny Team and Friends, we go for a planning retreat where we plan the coming year. We do a bit of supervision at the retreat as well. And thereafter, we have another retreat where the organization just comes together and we just have a blast and have a laugh, have a few drinks here and there, and just celebrate our year.
Okay. So that's really inspiring. I heard you mention the word supervision. How can people at the place of work embrace the power of supervision to block stress coming through, to block issues of burnouts coming into the lives of their employees? Supervision.
Yes, supervision. Yeah. So, like, we have supervision, like we have line managers, and employees can talk to the line managers if they feel like overloaded with work or they're having certain problems delivering in a project. We have open doors that allowing our employees to come, hence avoiding burnout. And the employee can talk to the line manager and sort things out, and the line manager can help them out in whichever department. If the line manager can't help them out, they can always push it up to one of the directors, and I'm sure one of the directors can help out with trying to figure out how best we can release the pressure on the employee, hence avoiding the stress.
Okay. You did mention how you started your career from being a counselor to now being a country director. How has supervision helped you in your career path?
Supervision has been very, very, very helpful for me. So I had, as